And we're live.
Awesome.
Emergers, good evening. Welcome the 16th of September 2020. This is episode what? Episode like 20.
I don't think we're that far yet, but maybe episode 15.
Episode a lot. You know how I know it's
Episode
episode
a
a
lot.
lot? Because I was going through making sure that I don't repeat anything.
No, it's right. Rachel, same.
Because you're kind of like, I don't want to be that girl, but I'm gonna have to soon. But you know
Yeah.
how it is though? I saw this meme that COVID, that all my good clothes wondering if I did.
Nicole has been wearing all of her good clothes every day. She gets dressed up, her heels, everything, even in the house.
No,
A
sir.
colleague of mine was telling me about a sale today, and I was just like, on clothes. I was just like, but why?
But
Where
why?
I'm not going anywhere. Why
No.
am I going to do that right now?
But we could dress up. Next week, let's dress up. Lansdale, we see you. Welcome, Emergers. Thank you for joining us. We're back. We love this because this is our going out. So remember, we're here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Leave a comment. Tell all your friends, not a friend. Tell all your friends. And do you know that if you're watching us on YouTube, you can put us on your big TV? I looked at us on the big TV. We look so good. We look good. We look real good. So I'm Rochelle Cameron. I am a part of the Emerge team. I am a lawyer most days of the week. I'm CEO of Prescient Consulting Services Limited, registered, tax paying, and happy to be here to join you for another episode of Emerge. Was that okay, Nai?
That was great, Rochelle.
Thanks.
What
Thank
is
you.
what is prescient?
Prescient is a boutique consulting firm that offers very impactful legal, human resources, and communication strategies to businesses of all sizes. So I use my years of experience in the corporate world to distill and share with the business community. I love working with small businesses and still learn so much from large businesses. That's what I do.
I love that, Roshi. I've actually never heard you say that before.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And guys, I'm Naomi Garrick. I am also a member of the Emerge Trio. I'm the founder of Garrick Communications, which is a boutique PR agency here in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm also known as a PR chick. I'm a personal branding coach, so I help individuals to get clarity on who they are, understand what their unique value is, and then how to communicate that with their ideal audience so that they can also stand out in a noisy world.
And I am Kathy Goodall, co-founder of Redefined Business Services Limited, which is also a consultancy focused on strategy, process development, accounting, marketing. I am a connector of dots, people and brands, and I am a part of the Emerge Trio. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us again this week.
Well, we so smart. Like we're like a bunch of smart women. And it's like we're hot and we're smart too.
Rushy,
Right?
I love your new hairdo.
What you say it again?
I love your new hairdo.
Yes, Roshi. Let me tell you why. It's because we saw it already. Sometimes I forget. So this is the first time the world is seeing it. Very nice, Rochelle.
Thank you. I find my neck bone right here, my collarbone, is like so hot. I can't stop looking at it. Yeah. So you know that in the COVID, you're always now. You remember you said to me that you'd never seen me with my hair slinked back.
Right.
And I've just been rocking this slinked back look. I'm like, this is not you. It's not you. It's not me. So I went for a change. Mhm.
We love it.
Thank you, girls. I love the
Right.
encouragement. So I'm
Guys,
seeing Alana on. Hi, Alana. Hi, Brian. Of course, so the one and only Lansdale Campbell. Big up yourself. And Kaden Preston. Hi.
hi, Kaden.
Hi, Kaden. Hi, everybody.
So as
So
usual, we always want to know where everybody is tuning in from. So if you could share with us in the comments, if you're here in Jamaica, if you're tuning in from overseas, let us know where you are so we can also shout out your hometown.
Yeah. And because of the curfew now, if you're in another parish, you're overseas technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just saying.
Oh my
So
God.
what's up tonight? What's going on tonight? Because I find tonight feels very exciting.
Oh, tonight is very
I'm
exciting,
so
guys.
excited.
We have a really dynamic individual on our show tonight. Tonight is just one person. We definitely need to share the stage with anybody else for this guest. So I'm going to introduce him really quickly. Tonight, we are going to be sharing our Emerge screen with none other than Chris Willie, the boss of many, according to him. So he is unconventional, pioneering, and enterprising. These are some of the characteristics are readily used to describe co-founder of Proven Investment Limited, Christopher Williams, but also known to the many as Chris Willie. Nominated among the top CEOs in Jamaica for the renowned Business Leader Awards 2017, Chris has had an illustrious business career as an executive, driving business value in leading financial institutions in Jamaica. Christopher chairs and serves as director for numerous boards across many sectors, private, government, and nonprofit. Chris will also tell you that he is the number one marketer in Jamaica.
In
Uh, he is in the world. He's married to
Jamaica.
he is married to the beautiful Michelle, and they are the proud parents of two boys, JP and Zacho. Welcome, Chris Willie, to the Emerge platform.
Hey, Chris.
Mr. Proven himself.
Show up.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
see green juice, Chris. We see green juice.
Yeah, man. I'm a good
So I'm
dude.
in the wrong color today then, right?
Yeah, you probably motivated.
Yeah. You better jump on the show up, bandwagon. I'll let Jamaica for that now.
Listen, I just thought that this color brought up my tan a little bit more. That's why I wore it. No affiliation with a particular.
Any political affiliation at all.
And
So,
you look lovely.
thank you, Rosh.
You
Chris,
do.
welcome to Emerge. We're very, very happy to have you on the show today. I love that you are branded because only the number one marketer in Jamaica would ensure that he's wearing his brand.
Jamaica? What is
The
it?
world.
In the world. I'm so sorry.
Right, to Warner.
I'm so sorry.
She
In
is.
the entire universe.
You know, I need to interview you guys. That's what I think I need to interview you guys. I can walk on the
Us.
No,
That's
no.
us we.
The number one problem you guys have is that you have no men on as moderators, and especially a Jamaica College man. You need somebody from Jamaica College to co-host. You know what I'm saying? To do that, nationalistic push that Jamaica College men do. You know what I'm saying?
Because college men are good at everything.
Yeah. Jamaica College man.
So,
As you
Jamaica
guys
College.
must know, I'm the mother of a college man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We bleed blue and not the other blue.
No.
The
Blue, not the washout blue. Not the washout blue.
but do you have any college affiliation? My father is a college man. Do you have any college affiliation?
St. George's College. Both my nephews attended St. George's College, the light blue on North Street.
Washout blue.
So good up, blue.
Washout blue.
Oh my God. Well, Chris, I'm actually glad you started with Jamaica College because for those who didn't know, now you know that Chris is a Jamaica College old boy and he sits proudly on the board for the Old Boys Association, and they've done so much for the school over the years. It's really amazing, especially with what's happening right now during COVID. It's one of the things that our principal just spoke about during our orientation, just how much support they've gotten from the Old Boys in terms of tablets and just ensuring that the boys are ready for this really unusual time that we're having as it relates to school. So what we want to start off with, Chris, is just your journey, starting at Jamaica College, the School of Champions.
Right. No, I think that, first of all, how did I end up at Jamaica College? My two older brothers, I have one cousin that's like a brother to me, and I have, a blood brother. and both of them went to Jamaica College. So I went down the road at New Providence Primary, and Jamaica College boys would walk through the school on their way home every day, and I would just looking on and say, boy, that the blue look proper, that the blue look rich, and so I wanted to to wear that blue. And of course, as I said, my older brothers went there, so I was just so enamored with Jamaica College. I couldn't wait to get there. And in fact, it is the desire to get there why I focused so much on common entrance and made sure that I did well in common entrance. I could get my first choice, which, as it turns out, JC was first, second, third, fourth, fifth. How much choice them give you?
No, it's a lot.
And you're going to.
No, it's a lot. Like 5.
College. So I did. I got in, and the thing that really moved me about the school is the passion that the boys had for their surroundings, their school, everything to do with JC. If it's hockey, if it's volleyball, if it's soccer, if it's track, schools challenge, anything at all, table tennis, anything at all that JC college man was participating in, the school got behind it, and it was just loud cheers at assembly and just vibe that just blew my mind when I stepped in there as a first former. And the old boys just carried that tradition because the school is so old,
Yes.
so we have that tradition that we have been lucky to garner. And as such, we've been able to pass that on from generation to generation. And I was a recipient of that. And when I got that, I was like, wow, this is some serious brainwashing. This is the ultimate brainwashing. No, this lick you for 6, this is hype you. So when you get home in the evenings, and your mother have a rough day and everything, you say, don't worry, mommy, everything good. Jamaica College will go, we're sorry. Yeah, man. So, and that's why, still today, how many 30 years later, I'm still at Champs, at Manning Cup. I just can't get that, indoctrination out of my system. And I love to be around the boys. You know what I'm saying? When I go there and I hang out with them, whether they're in first form, second form, but once they come on the campus, them just have this drive and this vibe that I just can't get enough of. And that's what JC. So the old boys really motivated me. And when I got to third form, they had a thing called junior achievement.
Yes.
Right? They still have that.
Yeah.
And I participated. They had it during the last 2 sessions of school. So of course, everybody participated in that. You get to come out of class. So we jump in now, we in a junior achievement. And each junior achievement cohort was mentored by an old boy.
Okay.
And my old boy, who was Jimmy Solomon at the time.
Yeah.
Jimmy Solomon just, driving in big car and him come out in a suit, and Uncle Jimmy just looked like a real champion. And we were just like in awe, and we were just like, we have to be Uncle Jimmy. We have to figure out. So we like suck everything out of him, and he just motivated us to focus on academics as a means of escaping financial challenges. Mm-hmm. And so it was a combination of super confidence that JC gave you, as well as structure, because the old boys weren't just there telling you, you're the greatest. They were also guiding you on how you can, in fact, become the greatest. They were saying, listen, of course, first things first, you try every sport. because that's the thing. You want to be an athlete. You understand? So you try hockey, you fail. You try volleyball, you fail. You try table tennis, you fail. So I'm like, yo, I must find a sport. I try football, I fail. I try track, I fail. I say, Ross.
I'm glad this is recorded.
And so eventually, I end up saying, boy, I look like my books. Books I forgot to it.
Oh, so no sports then. So sports just never work for you then, at all.
No, listen. Hold on.
I just asked you. I mean, Chris, I do remember a pair of race.
You can't have that going on.
Typically.
You can't have that going out. You can't have that going public in Jamaica. At the time, sports was not.
He was a late bloomer now.
But you picked it up later on.
He's an athlete now, after all. So.
Yeah,
Just
because
like
it
was a delayed reaction.
It's just that I was a late bloomer. So, it started off slow, but eventually my athletic skills came into the fore,
Right.
and my footballing and all of that. Come on, Naomi. You know that. Father's Day races and all of that. Come on.
that is real athletics.
Absolutely. What the hell, yo? If it's Father's Day race, we can win that. You understand?
So I just had a picture of you in your running gear and your spikes for a prep school sports day.
You were there?
I was at one of them in particular, Chris, that I remember to this day.
Yeah. You remember, and Dave Cameron tried to steal it from me. You remember that one?
I don't know if that is what happened. I remember a preschool one that was you weren't very successful in that race. That's
No.
That's a Chris.
No,
I may have pictures.
No, your memory.
That was before.
But let's go back to the business. So you said you realized sports wasn't your thing yet, because you're good at everything yet. So we decided to go to the business side.
Make sure you get the yet.
Right?
After JC, where you went? Because that's the only school I hear about,
Right.
After JC.
So JC, what JC do is JC is critical because JC gave me a roadmap.
Okay.
Because the ultimate objective, is that you want to take care of Miss Willie. That is the ultimate objective. We had a crew, and all of us were from single parent homes, just mothers. And so we used to sit down under the tree up at JC. Our focus and attention is to make sure that Miss Willie is all right. Each of our mothers were making sure that them are, because they sacrifice everything for us. So my focus in trying to take care of Miss Willie was that listening to Jimmy. When Jimmy said to me, listen, academics is an opportunity for you to generate financial independence. It gives you an out. And that light bulb, because up to that time, I feel the assault because I can't make money cup, I can't make tracks. So I couldn't DJ. I was just like, boy, you look like nothing. So then he said, no, man, you're actually at school to learn. It's actually books. And we were like, oh, really? And they would say, all right. So we started from third form. Now I said, you know what? Let me try this books thing. And I buckled down. And I got into a good cohort in fourth form. And then in fifth form, did CXC. So you need 4 subjects. This was back then. You needed 4 subjects to get into sixth form at JC. I make sure I get 5. You understand? So I don't need to be the brightest. I don't need to get 100. I say, all right, I want 5. So I get 5 CXC. And of course, the pass mark is 2, I get 2. Yeah. You understand? So I'm gonna get 2.
You just need to get in.
We just want to get in. We just want to get to the next level. So I'm gonna get to 6th form. So which turned out I was the first person from my family to get to 6th form.
Wow.
So we get to 6th form, and in 6th form now we say, all right, Huey is the next step. Following Jimmy's road mapping.
Yes.
Huey is the key. You have to get into Huey. So we say, all right, how much you get into Huey? Huey say you need 2 A levels. So of course we get 3. Yeah, so
3. Yep.
we get 3. So we get C's, go through. You understand me? As long as I pass into UA. So I get into UA. Now the beauty of this thing now is that in getting into UA at the time was tuition included.
Okay.
And that's why Jimmy was so hard on us to go after the tertiary education, because it was free.
Wow.
So I mean that's a major issue. That's why, to this day I sponsor a lot of university students, because I know what benefit I got by being able to get through tertiary education. Is 4,000 Jamaican dollars me pay for university education. 4,000 Jamaican dollars. Because not only did you get into UA there, you also were able to get a grant. Depending on your financial circumstances, you were able to get a grant. So of course, I get my grant, which helped me to pay for transportation and all of that. I get my and all that. So I'm into UA, and I get the buckle down. By that time, my athletic ability started to come to the fore. Right? You start to develop now. So I'm there on the UA track team. I'm there on UA football team. So no, it's
good. Look at that. Good job, Chris.
no mention of the fact that none of the ballers went to UA them time. You understand? Don't forget forget the fact that this pure nerd was going to UA. Forget that. We met the UA team. You understand? So,
that's all that matters.
You were on
the team.
On the team. So I went to UA next, Rochelle. That was and then I studied accounting. Now UA.
Why you chose accounting, Chris?
Huh?
Why you chose accounting?
I chose accounting because Miss Willie was an accountant. Of course, so everything is she's my role model. Because she anybody that knows my mother knows that she's very, very passionate. She's always smiling and so on. So that's where I get my charm and charisma from.
Girl personality. Charm and charisma.
So Miss Willie was an accountant. So I said, yo, man, go into this accounting. So when I was at UWE had a career section that allows you to apply for jobs through their university section. So I took KPMG Pete Marwick, came up to UWE to recruit university students. So by this time now, Jimmy gone with me. Jimmy gone leave me because I'm a big university student. So him still a focus on JC boys, So me need that new role model.
Yeah.
So step into university to interview me is Earl Jarrett, who he was at KPMG. He was some strapping, decent, handsome man come in. I'm like, right, this look like Jimmy. This is the next Jimmy.
Next Jimmy.
Someone say, yo, Earl, I'm friend him up. Use the charm. I'm a Jamaica College vibes, I'm gonna say, Earl, talk to me. How I can get into this thing? Earl said, boy, you can come work at Pete Marwick and be a chartered accountant. So him said that is a part because chartered accountants are in demand. So I'm say, No problem. I'm in. So, I'm gonna sign up to be a chartered accountant. Get some. I have job now. Some leave you. He said the one thing him says you have to get an honors degree. So I do with them have upper class honors.
Yeah.
On
Lower
lower
second class.
Wait, no. No, there are two.
First class. Upper
Oh, no,
second.
sorry. We don't even remember about first class. You have first class, you have upper second, and lower second. All honors degree.
Name honors.
You know which honors degree me get?
Lower
second.
Whatever it took.
We just want an honors degree. Just want an honors. Just give me the honors degree. So jump in and get my honors degree. So Earl sign me up. So me a friend of Earl, me there with Earl. I said, Earl, me want be you. Me want be you. So Earl vibes me up. Earl dropped me into accounting. Ladies, they've never tell me say accounting. So no, let me tell you. Me don't say yes, I'm good, my job, I'm good, my accounting, you know, my cruise through. When me land into accounting and you have to check certain things and you have to work till 2-3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's hard work. Hard work. We said no. Never go back to Earl. I said, no, Earl, something wrong. I said, something wrong. Don't tell me about this part. 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you have to work. That's a life of a chartered accountant as an auditor. Because you have strict timelines and deadlines, and you had to make a note of every hour. You can't idle. Every hour has to be what is called a billable hour. Because they bill for your time. So you spend an hour idling extra for lunch, them drape you up for that. So I was like, no, man, me need to get out of this. No, man, me need to get out of this. We can't manage this. So while there now at KPMG, I saw a lady named Pat Daly. And Pat Daly was downstairs. Everybody else upstairs. And Pat Daly was cruising, she driving in, she coming in easy, drink her coffee, you know, she leave work at 6, easy, drive her Benz and everything. And I was like, why? How Pat Daly not under the kind of stress? What the hell? So we got to her, of course, in the Jamaica College, you know, braggadocious. So we got to her, open her door and say, hi, Pat, you know, what do you do? You know, because, you know, you look cool, you look relaxed.
Relax.
My life. So that time we, in Earl and everybody upstairs, you know, the auditor and the stress. Pat says she's a management consultant. So KPMG has a separate section for management consulting. So me say, no, Baba. Tomorrow.
How you get?
I start straight off the bat. I said, Pat, do you have any work to do? Any papers to file? Anything at all? You need somebody to drive the car. You need anything at all. So as it turns out, Pat said, yes, I need an analyst. So me immediately write up, analyst was a pay reduction. Me take the pay reduction. So I have a bailout. I have a bailout at this auditing team. Killing me. So I'm signing and transfer to accounting. I'll get my own cubicle. Yeah, you have to stay in a group area. You understand? Let's call it like a den. in account in a consulting, everybody get them own cubicle. Man, I step in big man, my suitcase and everything. Monday morning. You understand me? And say, yes, them times you carry a briefcase, you need a briefcase.
Yes.
You know, put it down for my cubicle. I say, yes, I'm an analyst. We're good now. So a switch. Now that was a very important switch because that allowed me now to see a much wider scope for financial markets, for financial engineering, for strategic thinking, for growing organizations, because they consulted on everything, whether it be financial engineering of a balance sheet, whether it be HR, whether it be strategy. I mean, within the marketing, but we looked at the organization from all perspectives.
Yeah.
So when I got into that area now, most of the people in that area had a unique degree called an MBA. So this was this is I swear to you, this is how my life is evolving. I don't have no plan except what Jimmy teach me up to university.
And
So
what you know you don't want to do.
Eh?
And what you know you don't want to do.
Exactly. I know that I'm not being a chartered accountant. You understand? I'm leave that. I'm leave that. So I know in a consulting. So when I'm into consulting now, I say, Rati, this thing look good. So them start to tell me now, most of the senior analysts have an MBA. So me, of course, now start check out this MBA thing. And the MBA was not offered in Jamaica. So at the time, UWI didn't offer an MBA. So this was, this is before you born, ladies. You understand? This is
definitely.
You know,
even you, Rochelle, even you.
Before.
So I know. Apply when I got through now and look through the thing now, them say you need GMAT or GSAT or something, GMAT. So I do GMAT, and them say you need a score of must say 800 and over to get in. So of course, I apply, I study, I get
800
and what?
805. 805. So I'm overperforming. No. So I'm get into university of York Schultz Business School at York University in Toronto, Canada. That is the school I'm get into. I'm gonna say yes, I'm good now. I'm go foreign. So we go to apply, get student visa and everything. No, them say you need listen, this is for educational purposes.
only.
I don't want anybody to write me about this, right? Them say you need to show that you can pay the tuition.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord, we were prepared.
You need to have the financial wherewithal to support yourself, right? So, of course, now, we buck up on a friend of mine now in a Marwick named Chris Preston. And Chris have a little loan business. So I'm going to go to Chris and I'm going to say, listen, Chris, we just need a loan for about 60 days, right? And he said, no problem. Interest rate is that. So we take the loan, convert it to US, and put it in our bank account. And get my statement, you understand? And deliver my statement. Deliver my statement. Yo, if I lose my visa, I come to if I lose my visa, I come to honor, right? So,
For educational purposes only.
I'm not telling anybody to do that, right? Anyway, I had so Chris, you know, so I pay back Chris. Of course, the man charged me some wicked interest. You understand? You know, wicked interest for the thing. So wicked boy, you know, my brethren. So but give him back the money now. So now I can go to Canada. No, me go to Canada on a return ticket because I said I don't know. I remember I go to my big brother who's my cousin, but he's like my brother. Tony. I'm gonna say, Tony, what do you think? Tony said, listen, what you have to lose? Go, and if it don't work out, you come back. Right? And you start over. So you're young, just take a chance. Go. So I'm gonna say, all right. So I'm gonna buy a return ticket and jump on the plane with $235 in traveler's checks. Traveler's checks, because we couldn't even get cash the time Jamaica was going through foreign currency shortage. So I'm gonna go through now. I'm gonna do the and go to Canada and reach the school and register and everything. So them say, I go to them and I say, boy, I haven't been able to transfer my money yet. Them say, no problem, you have 30 days. You can register, you have 30 days. Canada is a beautiful society. Everything. So I must register in Canada. No, the reason Jamaica, this is why I said we need a Jamaica College moderator. And this is the reason Jamaica College is the greatest. You know how me get to go through York University and pay for my and get through university at Toronto without money?
Oh, tell us, please.
Me meet a man, a young man by the name of Huntley Watson. Rest his soul.
Huntley Watson.
Huntley Watson. Huntley, when I was leaving, his sister gave me a number and said, as it turns out, my brother is going to this school. Call him when you get there. So I'm going to call Huntley when we get to the school after my register thing. And Huntley said, no problem, I'm coming to meet you. And Huntley meet me up at the place. And Huntley, someone said, Huntley, you know, someone don't have no money. And Huntley said, yo, don't worry yourself. I am on a full scholarship. So you can come and live with me.
Wow.
He has a two-bedroom. He has a two-bedroom apartment at York University. And Huntley said, come. So day one, you know, I just meet Huntley, Jamaica College. All I know is, all I said is, Huntley, I went to Jamaica College. He say, no problem, I'm on my way. And Huntley come up to meet me, and Huntley say, come in, come live with me, because it's a two-bedroom, it's me alone. Come live with me. So I'm moving to Huntley's place. Huntley say, Huntley, sit down and analyze out all of the bylaws of York University. And Huntley realized that there's a thing called resident alien that you can apply for if you are in if you're in distress. Mm-hmm. If the country you're coming from is having challenges and you're in distress. So Huntley write to them and tell them that they cannot. Chris is listen again.
Educational
purposes. Nobody gonna take the money out of proving and all them things that talk. You understand? Just this is educational purposes. Just relax, right? Mm-hmm. Huntley, he's a lawyer, by the way. Huntley is a trained lawyer. He was a lawyer when he was at York. He was already a lawyer.
Great man, great man.
Huntley, a great youth. Huntley read up the bylaws and found this clause that he can become a resident alien. And Huntley write to them and say that Jamaica was going through liberalization of its currency. And Chris, who is from a wealthy family in Jamaica, you understand? Who is from a very wealthy family in Jamaica, cannot convert his money and get it out of the country. That is why he's unable to pay his school fee.
Woo!
Watson, rest his soul. You understand me?
And can't ever to the great Chris.
The great, that are the great Jamaica College, and this is the man do all of this to me. This is on meeting him and him, live with him, you know. And he had food, everything, because he's on a full scholarship from
Wow.
the government.
Amazing.
And he basically took me in and also assisted me in finding this loophole in order to get my my tuition reduced from 120,000 Canadian down to 4,000 Canadian, because Canadians pay you know, very, very low. They were like UWI. It's almost free for university in Canada. So he got me a resident alien citizen, you know, not a citizenship, but a resident alien status, and allowed me to pay what Canadians pay, which was 4,000.
Wow.
And not only that, they allowed me to pay after I have completed my degree. So me do my degree and everything, get my MBA from Schultz Business School in Toronto, Canada. Big business school.
Big business school.
Not a cent. In fact, I made money because I had a job and everything. So I'll come back to Jamaica with money. Yeah, man, I'll fly back home for carnival and all that thing. I live big life. You understand? I come home. You understand? I take care of Michelle. Got Michelle that time. Michelle in Jamaica. Me in Canada. So I come home. Me and Michelle a jump carnival.
Chris, somebody wants to know how old were you when you did the masters?
I was 20. I came back at 24. So I think I went at like 21, 22. I think I went at like 21, 22. I think I like 21, 22. I came at 24. So Huntley is older than me. He was like 27, 28 at the time.
Yeah.
And he carried me through, boy. I mean, as I said, that's why you know, I will continue as long as I have breath to give back to Jamaica College, because it is just because of that bond that we all share as old boys, that we look out for each other, and that was the only connection. And he latched on to that and just worked round the clock. He didn't sit back on his comfort. He shared, but he provided me with books. So we did the same courses so that he could get the books and share it with me. You know, he ordered extra folder leads. He bought a computer. We would share the computer. So he used it at certain times. I use it at certain times.
That is so amazing.
I mean, like, he must be in heaven. I'm telling you that.
You know what's interesting? I know a lot of people see the JC old boys as a little cultish.
Yeah.
Hearing this story, it shows like the support that is there between the old boys, no matter what age. So I think that's
no, it is cultish. It is cultish, and I agree with you that it sometimes goes too far, but it has its benefits. It has tremendous benefits because my brother passed earlier this year in April. Not my cousin brother, my brother, and he passed in Florida, and it was obviously during COVID, and every step of the way it was a JC man that did the running around to get the paperwork, to get the body dealt with, to get autopsy, is a JC man. And so it has. That's why we're so passionate about it to this day, because we know the benefits that it carries with it, and we want the existing kids to get the same. It started from the fact that we were a boarding school,
Yes.
So they were obviously, they were like brothers when they boarded, and so they the 60s generation really pushed this on us,
Yeah.
and it transcended to the 70s to the 80s. I went in the 80s, and then we have been trying to keep it going. Um, so that's how I got my education, and education um, gave me full opportunity to financial independence. That's what there are two types of education. I
Yeah.
want to talk about the second type, as we go along. But the first type, which is the technical education, I am, grateful to Jamaica for the free tuition at UWI, and grateful to Canada for giving me this access and giving me
Mhm.
the support. I mean, I still participate at York and give back, and I need to do more because you kind of biased towards JC, but I need to do more because York really stepped up with Huntley and helped me out.
Wow.
So,
That,
Chris, you come
yeah.
back from Canada because you know that this story is riveting. I don't know if you're seeing the comments. So,
Yeah.
people are dying with you're hilarious. Very educational. I see Kerry said very educational. Althea said God sent his angels to help you. And I think the way that you tell this story, that because people see Chris Willie and them is like, Chris Willie is a braggadocious. Watch Chris. And you know what it is that they're getting to know you and understanding how this person has built up that. I mean, you come from a strong, because Miss Willie alone give you that bucketive there.
Yeah,
Because
man, Miss Willie.
they say you're awesome and you're bright and good looking. They're like,
Big up Miss Willie. Hopefully she was able to log on to YouTube, on the TV.
Willie.
We were walking her through it. So hopefully, Miss
Oh,
Willie,
I hope so.
hopefully everything worked out, and you are seeing this on your big TV, and you're good.
So Chris, you come back to Jamaica because we have enough to touch now. Because so we not touch the one and only Miss Willie, Michelle Williams.
Yeah, she was there. She was there during this time in Toronto. She was there sending me, mailing me, and she still have the letters, by the way. She said she mails me letters like 3-4 times a day. So I'd go down to the post office and I'd see like letter. Then I go back in the evening, letter again. Then it's tomorrow, letter again.
That.
Your letter. And then she would go to the phone booth because them time there's ICAS.
ICAS.
ICAS time, and she would go to the phone booth and she she reached like number 19, and then she pressed the wrong digit.
I have a start over
again.
She have to start over again, and just so boy, she a soldier. She a soldier, and she send her money, to go and support me and things. So no man, she a soldier. We'll talk about her for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I got back to Jamaica in 1990, December 1992, and so yes, I was 22 years old.
Yeah.
Because that was it's 30. I'm 52 now. So yeah. So I did get back to Jamaica, and I know I'm not going into
auditing.
Yes.
That's cool.
So I say to myself, I'm going to be the brand manager. There are two jobs that I want. I want either to work with Butch Stewart at Sandals, or I want to work with Red Stripe as a brand manager for Red Stripe. Because I did strategic marketing and finance.
Okay.
This is not where the marketing genius comes from.
I was wondering, I was curious, and I wanted to see where, how
not
that.
just make it up, you know. It's not just make it up. I actually
Honestly, thought I'm not going to lie. I honestly thought you just made this all up.
no, I'm telling you, it's not just make
I
a
know
make
that
up.
you actually had practical
It's not
experience.
just make up. I actually studied marketing. I know a lot of them don't believe me, and nobody
Good to know.
nobody
Thank
in
you
marketing
for clarifying that for us.
at NCBR approved and believes that I actually studied
Well, you
marketing.
heard it here first, folks. Chris Woody actually.
Actually,
I studied it. I actually have a degree that says it on it, strategic marketing and finance. So I came back now and I applied to Red Stripe. I did a video resume. So
Wow.
yeah, man, I did Bossy boy, you know, thing Jamaica College, braggadocio. So I'm gonna say yeah, and I sent it to Butch and sent it to OK Melhado, who at the time was vice president for marketing and finance, executive vice president for marketing and finance, and a shareholder of DNG. So I sent it to the two of them. So, I get a call. I land back to Jamaica in December. I get a call from OK Melhado. Say, him want to see me. So, I say, yo, yes. The video resume work. Yes. So I buy a lime green. Yes, yeah, man. A lime green suit.
Oh my God.
The suit is this color. Yeah. Yeah, man. So I buy a lime green suit. And when I buy the suit now and trash out and deck out and thing and go down at the end, you know. OK, my lady said, boy, him want to know is which joker this. Do a video. OK, my lady says which joker this. Do a video. Do a video with me. So he said it was, you know, he found it so hilarious.
Not
Anyway,
hilarious.
so he might laugh after me, you know. But anyway, as it turns out, he went to Jamaica College.
Oh.
And we started to chat about, you know, he didn't have any vacancies at Red Stripe. But we started to chat, you know, and thing, and he, you know, we shared that bond of Jamaica College. And halfway through the thing now, he leaned back in his chair and said, you know, I don't think you know, and I don't think you know anything about marketing. I don't think you're the world's greatest marketer. So it's from a long time. It's from a long time that sentiment exists. It's from a long time that sentiment exists.
That's why you say it so loud and proud now.
Yeah. So, you know, but him said, but I am a shareholder in a merchant bank, and I think you and your numbers background would make a good banker.
Okay.
So of course, me back in a lime green suit in a virgin. He's the ultimate marketer.
I hope we have a picture of that suit. I really
lime green suit.
We'd love to show our viewers next week.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. Today I'm gonna say, lean back. I'm gonna say, what? I said no. I said no. I said no, Mr. Melhado. I'm telling you.
I know what that picture.
So he said, no, I think you need to try out a thing called investment banking, which was merchant banking at the time. So he says it's a evolving area, but your combination of your personality and your numbers, your background in numbers, I think you would do well in investment banking. So he put that in my head in 1992, December, when we met down at Red Stripe. And him say, I'll go up and talk to the CEO, which is a guy by the name of Oliver Holmes, and see if, you can win over Oliver. So we never get an interview with Oliver till January 1993. Of course, it's one suit I have, so back in a lime green suit. Go check Oliver. Step in, say, boy, all right. Coming to hear from Butch, you understand me? And, and okay, say, boy, him the rate, you understand me? Him the rate my marketing skills. So, him say, boy, go try this out. So I said, all right. So I go to Oliver now with a different, I said, all right. And I pull up my numbers background at KPMG and all of that and say, all right, Oliver. We read up on investment banking and things and say. So I'm going now, I say, Oliver, boss me. I think I can sell investments. I think I can sell investments. Just boss me. Just guide me, show me how to do this thing, and I won't disappoint you. I won't let you down. And Oliver Holmes and Wayne Ray were the two people that were interviewed. And they hired me on January 25th, 1993. I started my journey in investment banking thanks to OK, Oliver, and Wayne.
And the green suit.
And the green suit. And the green suit.
And the video.
So we jump into investment banking in 1993. So that's when it started. But the second educational thing also started at that time. Because having started the journey in a career now your focus is on going up the ladder. And I recognized that you needed two skills, two training, two educational experiences. One of which I had gotten and was what OK spotted, which was my accounting degree, my MBA at York, and that technical competence. But more importantly, as I got into investment banking, I recognized that you needed the soft skills training. You needed that mental training. A lot of Emerge, a lot of what you guys are doing it should be a course at school. It should be a course. Because I don't know if they teach it now, but I certainly never learned. I never learned it in Canada, and I never learned it at Hewitt. I learned pure technical stuff, economics, statistics, da. But the soft skills, when I stepped into investment banking in 1993 to where I am today, that entire journey has been majority driven by my focus and attention on improving my soft skills, making sure that my mental motivation was in the right place. As they say, your attitude determines your altitude. And when I go back and I talk to OK and I talk to Oliver, these days, they tell me that what they saw in me was the attitude. They didn't hire on the technical competence. They appreciated that and that gave me a step in the door. But they hired me and subsequently promoted me because of my attitude and my desire to always give the organization 150%.
Yeah.
150%. And I think that we must encourage and we must pay particular attention to these types of training programs, and I call it what it is. It's a training program. It's not a hangout on a Wednesday evening to listen to you guys. It's training. It's critical training. It's what will make the difference between being a 25-year-old, a 25-year award recipient, long service award, and being the owner or co-owner of the business. And I'm testimony to that, because
we haven't even asked a quarter of the questions, and to me it already feels like a masterclass. Honestly, because I know all of us know you for so many years, but we've never heard the journey. Right?
No, and it's a masterclass.
And what you said about that key takeaway about the soft skills is critical now more than ever, I think. Because now it's so much easier for everyone to access a degree and, you know, further their education. But what is that that's going to make you stand out when you sit in that interview?
That's exactly it. And it's 1,000 times, a million times harder for people now. A million times.
Yeah.
But I want, you know, so that's where, so up to 1993, my focus was on growing my technical skills. I had gotten some confidence builder at Jamaica College. You know, that came with being, you know, a teenager in a traditional boys' high school where every single thing you have to compete for. You know, I mean, if one girl walk on the campus, every man feels that girl is there for them.
Yeah.
Competition. You understand what I'm saying? So you have a fight. You go to the bridge and them is 10 man, and
everybody have the same personality.
Everybody have the same personality. You can't figure out how you're gonna get the attention of the girl then. You understand me? So, and you know, I wasn't always this handsome and good looking. You know what I'm saying?
God forbid. Is that not possible, Chris?
So I had to rely on my lyrical abilities. You know what I'm saying? So you get that from high school. You get some of that from high school. But when I stepped into the working world in 1993 and I started to analyze banking and how I was going to get from manager to CEO to shareholder, I say, I have to understand this sales process and this marketing process. And that process requires you, and I'm not talking about marketing and sales to the customer. I'm talking about marketing and sales within the organization to your boss and to your CEO and your shareholders. So it's how you package yourself. So you have to tone down. You have to tone down from the green suit to a blue suit. You understand? So and that was the first thing. I said, boy, you know what? Let me walk like a champion and talk like a champion.
I love that.
No singing, Roshi. No singing.
That is what I started to live by. I said, when I stepped into the room, I had to look the part of, as an investment manager, and carry the kind of respect that you want to the person to have for you. Even though at that time I was 24 years old. So at that time I was very, very young. And I really, again, bless their hearts, OK and Oliver and Wayne, for giving me the start at such a young age. Yeah. So I got in really early, but I focused in on walking like a champion and talking like a champion. So I worked on my soft skills, how I carried myself, how I looked, how I made eye contact with the clients, making sure the clients understood what I was telling them, and that they were comfortable, and building solid relationships right across the organization, whether it is with the bearer, or it is
Yes.
with the CEO, participating in activities, team building activities, being a part of the sports club, etc. And then with the clients, going the extra mile for the client, making sure that the clients are all right, calling them whatever time of night or day, make sure that they're all right, not forgetting their birthdays and so on. So we need to. This is training that everybody that is listening in, and this is why I do these talks. We spend a lot of money on the degrees. We spend a lot of time on the degrees, and your attitude determines your altitude. So focus on how you're building your attitude, and your attitude is no longer just about how you think you are. It's how people think you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to focus on convincing them that you are here to assist them to do a good job and so on. And so I fast forward to my relationship with Peter Bunting, because when I started to work for him in 1999, and he hired me as a general manager for DBNG Merchant Bank. And by the time now, I still, just like about 30.
Yeah.
So that was a big opportunity for me as well. But I focused in on that relationship, and I ensured that every single solitary one of my former bosses would be prepared to be an investor in anything that I was doing. So whether it is OK Mellon, whether it is Oliver Holmes, whether it is Wayne Ray, whether it is Cliff Cameron, all of it, earlier days, whether it is Peter Bunting and Gary and Mark Golding and all of them, whether it is, and then leaving from that, when I left DBNG to go to NCB Capital Markets, after DBNG, I applied for a position at NCB Capital Markets as a CEO. And when I went to that interview as a CEO, I went to meet with Lee Chin and Arvin Hill and Patrick Hilton. And of course, I do Arvin, by this time now, I'm in a green suit, a nice blue suit and looking, so my give Arvin the selling style same way. You know what I'm saying? And Arvin already. Arvin, Arvin is like, it's whoever there. So I'm like stepping in with Arvin, and I'm saying, no, Mr. Hill, trust me. If you better me, but he's like, Chris, you've just been a salesman up to this time. You've been, yes, you can drive sales, you can get any sale done. But can you run an organization? Can you do the operations? Can you do the accounting? Can you do that? So I say, all right, Mr. Hill, here wait. Hire me in any position you want. Any position. Call me the bearer if you want. Ask Arvin Hill if you don't move. Call him up and ask him. But say, Arvin, hire me as the bearer if you want. Just give me the opportunity to step inside this organization and show you how I can turn it around. And give me 6 months. So he said, what do you want? What do you want as compensation? I said, I don't want no compensation. 0. I said, don't pay me $1. Give me 0, just give me profit share. Whatever I make, you give me a cut out of that. Arvin, sit down and Arvin love that entrepreneurial driving. That is straight out of the Arvin book, So that never reach Leach in it. I Leach sit down and I take it to and Leach and say, all right. And Arvin said, all right, I give you a chance. And they hired me as deputy deputy CEO. Deputy CEO. Because they weren't sure.
Yeah.
And my reference, who was my reference on that position? Peter Bunting. So Peter Bunting get on the phone and say, yo, I don't know if him want to get rid of me. Yeah.
Just give a boss.
Tired of me now at DBNG. So he want to get rid of me. So say, yo, man, beg of you.
Thank you.
Man, beg of you. Take it. So Bunting recommended me and then hired me January 2004 as deputy CEO. And by September, them give me a budget. Them say the organization made 200 million last year. What is the budget you think we can set for you as a target? Someone say 250. No, Arvin said no, not 250. We'll set you 400. Someone said no, the man double it. Yeah. Someone said, boy, me never forgive it. After this day, I see him, I said, boy, I hate you. The man double it. The man set the target at 400 million.
Nice.
And the man said, you have a year to make 400 million. You know how much I made after the first 10 months?
405?
500 million.
$1.2 billion. 1.2 billion. We totally destroyed the target of it. And up to Arvin come back to me. Arvin said, boy, and give me the position. When him appoint me after board meeting in September 2004, and say, you are ready for this. You are the CEO for NCB Capital.
You're more than ready.
Yeah, and let me tell you.
Already.
I focused in on making sure that my attention to detail on my attitude was in line. The attention to detail on your attitude. Your attitude is not just, boy, you feel good and you go in an office and you sit down. Is you go in an office and you sit down and you have initiative. You go in an office and you sit down and you have foresight. You go in an office and you sit down and you have camaraderie. You go in an office and you sit down and you have compassion. You go in an office and you sit down and you have vibe. You can't. When you go into that office, you have to treat that office like it's yours, like you own it. Yeah. So, intrapreneurs are just as critical as entrepreneurs. Absolutely. If you want to be the best intrapreneur, step into that organization like his name, Michael Leachin. That's how I used to step in. I used to step in and say, no man, we now make it. We used to drive all 2 o'clock in the morning, go down to Mobile to deal with client matters. I would stop at nothing to make sure that that organization. I mean, this is big bad NCB. You have to make sure the organization is well represented. And that was my approach to attitude. Attitude is not just something you have and you feel you have. It must be specific. It must be smart, specific, measured. You know the whole smart, right? And you must have it literally written down. Ask my wife. Ask Michelle Williams. When we go into the bathroom, she would see a thing taped up on the back of the bathroom door, which would be my specific attitudinal targets. Because in the bathroom is where you spend most of your alone time. So, so you go in there and you paste it on the back of your bathroom door. So when you close the door, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at your smart targets. right? And those SMART targets are how you're driving your soft skills. And I have those SMART targets. I mean, I don't have it on the thing and now because I mean, smartphone and all of that jazz. So, I'm a techie, so I got it. I got it on my to-do list. You know what I'm saying?
No, but Chris, that is a completely different way of looking at attitude. It's not just like a feel good kind of thing. This is like of yourself.
This is like when them teach you at school to balance the books in accounting. This is how I want you to approach the soft skills. We spend so much money, so much time, so much effort getting the degree. You drop the degree in front of me in an interview. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? I'm not hiring a piece of paper.
Correct.
I want somebody who's going to help to drive my organization, who's going to take it from me. You know what I'm saying? As the leader and take it to the next level. Somebody who's outthinking me, who's coming to me with ideas and say, yo, why wouldn't I try this? Why wouldn't I try that? That's how we end up in this marketing debate because I used to always go into the meeting. That's how Sherry end up hate me. You know what I'm saying? because I always challenge her. She her head in marketing at NCB and I'm there and I'm like, yo, you don't know where though. Why we don't do this? Yeah. And she's like, who is this? Who is this guy? Yeah. So me not every area. Me not focus on every area. Me not try drive every area to make sure the organization is at its best. And that's what I want to see. No, you look on this now. After me go through and work for this man, me can pick up the phone and call him in 2007 and say to him, not just be my reference for giving me this boss at NCB Capital Markets, but I have this business idea. Put up half of your life savings. Put up half of your life savings and give it to me to run. Right? And you stay on the sidelines. Don't call me. Don't call me. Don't call me. Just give it to me to run.
Just give me the money.
And let us start a new business called Prove. And I mean, that's the ultimate aim, that you can move from being an intrapreneur to being an entrepreneur, being backed by your bosses, that they felt so comfortable, that I'm so confident that they're like putting up real cash, because he, Bunting and Golden and Sinclair and are the major shareholders, and put up most of the money for the venture. So that to me demonstrates. I mean, obviously they never leave me alone. I'm still there.
Very much still there.
I can't get rid of them. And I know it looks like he has a lot more time on his hands.
Low blow, Chris. Low.
Let's just stay focused. Do not even comment.
No, I'm a call him every minute. Yeah. But I'm saying, I mean, that's how I want the generation that is watching and listening to this. Because, can you imagine you were at the start of the evolution of the United States in its industrial revolution? Can you imagine you were there at that time when the United States, was starting to balance its budget and started to bring down interest rates and started to generate venture capital opportunities and started to offer opportunities for trade? That's where we are now in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Where we are now in Jamaica. So we are at the start. 50 years from now, they're going to look back at what happened in this last decade of 2010, 2020, and said, that was a turning point in Jamaica's history, economic history. where the budget start balance, less dependence on multilaterals, transition from one political party to the other being seamless, and policies being pretty much the same, debates taking place on manifestos instead of who did this and who did that and all kind of crap. So the society is evolving right in front of our very eyes. Me now waste it. Me now waste it. You understand me? Me now waste it. Me I make sure. You understand me? Me I make sure we get my little piece. You understand? Because
a very important question from one of our viewers. So we talked earlier about your confidence and how your confidence developed at JC, and then you talked about the importance of attitude. And so Lansdale wants to know, how important is being confident to you, and what are the pros and the cons of being confident? Can you be too confident?
Yeah, you can pass the stage. a little toops too much of me, and it's a problem. You understand? a little toops too much of me, and it's a problem. No, you have to work on toning it down. So it can come across as being abrasive.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. And then of course, if you don't back up
with substance,
with performance, if you don't back it up with performance, Bridget, you know what I'm calling in Jamaica? Them call you a waste man. They want to say you're a clown, right? So and Jamaica man don't play. So you better back it up with performance.
Yeah.
So don't be stupidly confident. And that's where my wife has come in, and thankfully my two children take after her very much. They're not as braggadocious. They're way more,
They're very chill.
They're very chill. They're very level-headed.
Very measured young men.
Yeah, they're decent young men. So Michelle.
God bless you, Michelle. I hope you're watching.
Michelle has worked hard at trying to bring me down to earth as often as possible.
Well, Chris, I'm glad we're talking about Michelle now, because some people know you as the CEO, Chris, somewhat braggadocious, Chris. So some of them are wondering, what type of woman can manage to be married to Chris? Because you are talking about you guys were together from long time.
We met in 1989, I think. Yeah. So no, she is she's like, I would say, closer to my grandmother. And my grandmother grew me. So she's very personable. Mm-hmm. She's very caring. She put herself last in the family. I remember one time we had this credit card bill. I know me had a finance man, so I go through the credit card bill, and I'm like livid about this credit card bill. And I'm like, Michelle, how could you run up this credit card bill? When I look, ladies, on a credit card bill, not $1 of item on the bill is for her. Not one. Not even a sweetie. She buy things for Zacco, she buy things for JP, she buy things for me, she buy gym shoes, she buy sneakers, she buy she definitely never go to Jamaica college. She's a sweet, and then she's the communicator. She looks out for what's going on with the boys, making sure that they're decent young men, and not disrespectful to women and to older people and so on. Critical value things that we want. She keeps me on my toes. I mean, the worst time of the night for me of the entire day is 11 p.m. to like 1 a.m. because that's when we are in the room by ourselves now. So that's when she, so we're done, boy, them gone and them bed, so we're getting ready for the next day, and she has her talk, boy, you need to do this or you need to do that, you need to, and the reality is, she comes from a place of love. She really wants the best for me. And if I had listened to her from back in like 1992, 93, all no one couldn't talk to me. I'm telling the truth. When you would have a book, you have to book me through my agent. You have to book me through my agent. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that you didn't listen. So we're not there yet.
Remember that you said that I took some more of Chris Willie that we couldn't manage. That's what that sounds like.
That's what that sounds like. That's what
yeah. No. I mean, So I mean, the focus,
and the foresight.
And of course, from a business perspective, the business plan, the PowerPoint that I sent to Bunting was done by Michelle. She stayed up. She stayed up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, putting together that PowerPoint to pitch proven to Bunting.
I wonder what Michelle's share was. We have a conversation with Michelle.
No. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that part. Next topic.
Papa says you need your own show.
Please don't tell him that.
I need to interview Uno. Yeah, sorry. I need to interview.
And as a matter of fact, I think for the next episode we should have Chris Willie interviewing us.
Yeah. I mean, I need to know where, since we're driving soft skills, and this is the future of the generation that is in front of us. And it's not just there is some soft technical skills as well in it, because how they pitch an idea, is also something that, I mean, you get if you go to Silicon Valley and get a venture capital pitch versus here in Kingston is two different pitch. Even though the technical competence of the individuals are probably the same, they probably both have engineering degrees and but that skill set of communicating your idea both in writing and verbally is something we have to cover. We're building a nice generation of entrepreneurs. I love that. But we need to get the capacity of that generation up. That generation, when they're pitching to me, they're not pitching at a level that I'm satisfied with. They're not communicating their ideas fluently. They're not thinking through the business challenges thoroughly and making sure that they have all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. And this is how they're not getting that in UAE. They're not, obviously UAE.
So Chris is our Emerge Scholarship Fund. Is that what he's going to do tonight?
What's that, sir?
We're going to create an Emerge Scholarship Fund.
No, I'm not even just
for emerging entrepreneurs.
For emerging entrepreneurs.
No. What we want.
No, that's school. That's what
we want. You guys who are the trainers. We want you guys to get them up to speed. This forum and this avenue is the means that gets the results. We know that now. This This is what they're watching. They're not watching, TVJ. They're watching YouTube and IG Live and so on. So
Yeah.
we understand that. So have to make sure that your curriculum. I mean, this, literally how you're doing your interviews every week is like a curriculum.
Yeah.
So your curriculum has got to be properly thought through and thorough so that we get the result that we want.
Yeah.
That the intrapreneurs and the entrepreneurs are moving up. That's what we want. We want both. We're trying to build a better ecosystem.
Yeah.
See? So, what do you mean? No, more to share, out to emerge. More to cut, out to emerge.
So, Chris, we have a segment that we call Best Advice. So, let's start with, what is the best advice you have ever received about business?
The best advice I received about business and I wouldn't even say business. The best advice I received about business is probably something Bunty tell. I try, he and I fight every day, so I don't know, but so he's the business person that I go to drive proven success. But in terms of just general financial practical advice, the thing that I live by is something that my grandmother taught me. And those that people that really know me know that my grandmother is my first love. She she was my rock. It's my grandmother, then Miss Willie. It's grandma, then Miss Willie. Miss Willie comes second. What I used to work at, as I told you, I used to work at KPMG. So I graduated from university. My boss, my there KPMG, my big job. Analyst. You understand? I have my briefcase. I work every day, and every single solitary Friday evening, my broke. I don't have a dollar. I don't have a dollar. So who you think I lend me money? Grams. Grams don't work from about 1970. Yeah? Grams hasn't had a job from about 1970. And Grams is the one that is giving me money. So of course now we sit down and I'm say, what the hell is going on here? Someone said, Grams, how is it that you always have money, to help out? She said, Chris, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. You understand me? That is the fundamental challenge of life. You spend your money, and when you waste your money, you keep it. So she zoned in on a critical, as simple as she was, she zoned in on a critical issue of life, and something that I see a number of young people, especially with the proliferation of material of what I call US, the American culture of credit consumerism.
Yes.
Right? Because of the expansion in our credit and the competition amongst the banks, who have exploded personal debt, right? And most of that debt is for material items, and a lot of that drives and sucks up what you make.
Exactly.
And you end up not being able to keep anything. And the first thing she did when I started working, first thing she do is every time I come home, she beg me money. And when she beg me money, you know what she do with the money?
Put it up.
she just put it up.
Yeah.
She just spend it. So when me broke money, come back. She said, Chris, that's what you need to focus on. Not how much money you make, but how much money you keep. And I want to be careful when I left and started NCB. When I left NCB and started Proven, I took a 75% cut in salary. A 75%. I had to sell everything. I sell my nice, big, sweet, beautiful X5. to this day, it bring me tears. and I with with trim down again. I have to big up Michelle Williams because she done reach. She a CEO. We're CEO. I'm a jump now, so I'm gonna start business. And she went along with the ride and I would trim down, right? And I'm saying, live below your means.
That's the second time I'm hearing that on the show.
Above your means. Do not live at your means. Live below your means. Make sure, because worse, we live in a developing country. And in a developing country, you pretty much have to provide your own safety net.
Yes.
There is no societal safety net. There is no big unemployment check, forget, from Trump.
Right.
When me hear man, I get all $1,000 in the meal and all,
1,200. 3,000.
We don't have those safety nets.
Yeah.
So you have to build your own safety net. You have to make sure that medical emergency you're covered, car accident you're covered, rain you're covered, earthquake you're covered, COVID. There's so many challenges that we face now as a society that the safety net is critical. Safety net is more important than any audit, than any. And listen, I don't want to get into trouble. Sorry. You know what? Forget that. The last time I talked about Latin. We get to that one burger. Oh God, I'll know still.
The best advice you've gotten about
that not going anywhere anytime soon.
Not going anywhere. Cause let me tell you, I come off of a plane in Miami, and the customs lady is Jamaican, and the customs lady said, "Well, go on, Mr. Latte." not the customs, the immigration.
That's a part of your brand now.
I was like, yo, what the hell? Yeah. So that's the number one. That's the number one business advice that I would have got. Not what you make, is what you keep.
Thank you, Grams.
Yeah, man, Grams.
That's important.
So, Chris, the best advice you've gotten about love?
Love, love Michelle. That's it, that's it.
That's good advice. That's excellent. That's excellent advice, actually.
That's what my friend tell me. My friend tell me that every day. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just love Michelle.
Love Michelle. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, but the truth is, when you're growing up, the man I say, listen, you know it already. You have wife material. And when you identify a woman in your life that you feel has your back no matter what, now is the wife material. So that is critical. That is critical. And as I said, if I listened to her, 30 years ago, we would have, we wouldn't have gone through 90% of the stresses that we've gone through, because she always gives quality advice, not personal, she has, not materialistic at all or anything. As I say, I look through the credit card bill and not one item in security, and not one. I say, yo, she's a madam. she shop all over the world, and she come back and she had dish out from the suitcase. You know, all of us line up around the suitcase when she come back. You know? Yeah, so everybody line up around the suitcase. My two sons, them and me, I'm gonna stay. So I'm gonna say, yeah, we'll bring back. And when she done dish out, suitcase empty. She don't bring back nothing for herself. Everything is this is for Chris, this is for JP, this is for Zacho. Now my good woman, better than bank account.
I'll say want to know how you met her.
We met at UE. You know, she came second in the Miss UE competition that me and my friend them was keeping, which of course was an informal competition. Yes.
I think that, Chris.
Yes. We concocted a Miss UE competition, you know, in the library, in the main library. And as the girl that walk past, we say, yes, you win. You No, she came second. She get both. She get both by a Miss Jamaica actually. By a Miss Jamaica. So you know, I tell her. So that's how I went up to her. I say hi, Michelle. I'm happy to inform you that you are the first runner-up. She almost boxed me. She almost boxed me. Damn idiots. Yeah, why?
Oh my God.
The trooper. We went all over. We go on some nice trips. Carnival, Brazil, London, all over.
Nice.
She's a trooper. She's a trooper.
I love it. So what would your best advice be as it relates to friendships?
As it relates to?
Friendship.
Well, I have had the same friends from 1979, 1980. Same friend. Same JC man them. Them are still a rock. Find people that believe in you to the core and are prepared to accept you at your worst. And I've been lucky and blessed to have in my corner not just my family, my late brother, my big brother Tony and my sister Lori. Them, no matter what, frankly, them don't even want to improve on, they never speak about, we're on the family occasions and all that. They never speak about business and investment and what we're buying and what we're doing. And the same with my friends. They still have the same immature personality. You're still the same. You're still the same idiot. You know what I'm saying? Big old man them. You know what I'm saying? Them still think them hot. The girls, they love them. And I'm like, yo, what girls? What girls? You're like 52. You're like, yo, nobody cares about you.
We're going to invite some of your friends on, Chris.
What's that?
For part 2, we're going to invite some of your friends on.
No. Don't want to waste your time with them. That's a joke. They still think that they're athletes. They still think that them have tennis player or them have ball or them run. I mean, they're still living in another world. But listen, that's what you want. I mean, it provides you with such a great escape. And as I said, they've seen me at my lowest, and they're still there. When my brother passed, as I said, it's JC, all of them, there. Them at the funeral, them jump around in Florida, do all kind of things to assist us. So I keep the same friends. I don't really like my friendship crew. I don't really like talking about food and business.
Yeah.
Wow, Chris, today has been a masterclass, and we are so grateful that you chose to spend your Wednesday evening with us. I mean, there are so many nuggets. I have literal pages of notes.
Same.
Well, listen. I need to talk about one thing before I go. To whom much is given, much is expected. It is not acceptable, not at all acceptable to be living in a third world country, right? Developing country, and not be sponsoring the next generation, and not be providing support to charities. We have to carry the social safety net on our back until the government is in a position to do so.
Yeah.
So I want to say to everybody listening and watching that we have a responsibility. If we have means, once we have means, we have to share it. We have to help. We're not going to get the crime down unless we are able to enhance the social safety net.
Yeah.
We're not. And that's what, if you talk to anybody all over the world, that's the one problem that, there's the boy that said Jamaica sweet, Jamaica nice, we love Jamaica, Jamaica is the best place in the world. But, so we have to get rid of that but.
Yeah.
But, and we have it's not up to the government. I see people talking, not wearing masks and still having house parties and so on. All of the Kingston 6 and Kingston 8 and Uptown people there. Come on, we might spread it to somebody else who don't have the luxuries that we have, and who have to depend on on the non-existent safety net.
Yep.
So we have a responsibility to be the social safety net. So volunteer and sponsor these kids in high school. I'm telling you, we have a generation of kids that are coming up that can rule the world.
Yeah.
They are fantastic. They are aggressive. They're dynamic. They're bright. But they need help. They need help. Simple help too. Simple help. So some money where you just spend. Go out for have nothing to do for the party. Now go on for the last 6 months. Use that money. Go on the vacation already. Use that money and sponsor a kid to go back to school. Or so on. So my parting words is, to whom much is given, much is expected. So make us step up.
I love that, Chris.
Yeah, that's an excellent way to close. I mean, like I said, there are so many gems, everything from mentorship is important to, we have to know what we don't want to do sometimes in order to figure out where we need to be going. Our support system is very important. Formal skills, formal education, technical competence is great, but we also need to work on our soft skills. Attitude determines our altitude. How we package ourselves is important, and not just package ourselves for the external customer, but more importantly for the internal customer. How we carry ourselves, the way that we communicate with each other, build solid relationships, from the bearer to the CEO. Make those connections with everybody, get involved and go the extra mile, take the initiative. how think about how people perceive you. So it's not just about how you perceive yourself, but more importantly, how others perceive you. Set specific attitudinal targets, and I have that in big black capital letters.
Big black capital.
Smart objectives.
Just like how you take notes and you have a little script card for accounting or mathematics or statistics. You have to have that for attitude.
Yep.
You have to have
that. Build your own safety nets. Find the people who believe in you and accept you at your worst. And of course, we're going to reiterate again. To whom much is given, much is expected. Chris?
And love Michelle. Just
I wanna add one of the things that I wrote that
means we have to reiterate that again.
No, Michelle.
I want to share two other things that he said that I wrote in my notes as well. One of the things at the beginning I thought was really important was the fact that what happened, Ajani? I'm sorry.
No, I can't see because
I'm live like on the internet. Right. So just give me a minute.
Is that how JC boy behave, Chris?
Yes, that's what JC boy do.
But the two things I had, one, I was really like the fact that you started with saying that you are following a roadmap, right? So you're following Jimmy's roadmap first, and then you started following Earl's roadmap until eventually you created your own roadmap. And I think that's so important. You know, they say success leaves clues. Whose roadmaps are we following in our own individual journeys through life until we can create our own that somebody else can start to follow?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? So
Absolutely.
I thought that was really, really significant.
And
Literally what shaped your entire trajectory.
To this day, at this stage, we still have a roadmap. We still have my notes, my thing, where I want to be next, and how I'm going to get there and how I'm seeking to improve myself.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I also had walk like a champion and talk like a champion.
How could I forget that?
And back up the confidence with performance.
Absolutely. You don't want to be a waste man.
Don't be a waste man.
Yeah, that's what my son them would tell me.
Yeah.
And
They're
live below your means. This is the second time we've had a guest on the show that spoke. I think Ryan Reed was the other person. Maybe he got from you.
Ryan too. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, only should I give me a royalty? Honestly. About half on the guest them. And me bust them.
We appreciate that.
So here's what I would like to ask the audience, really for true. I know you guys want a part 2 with Chris. I'm already seeing it in the comments. But do you think we should invite Chris back to actually interview us as he has requested multiple times throughout today's episode? Let us know in the comments with a yes or a thumbs up if we should have Chris back, and if we should use part of that interview as a Q&A with us.
Or just have him back. No.
I want to interview Uno. I want to know whether or not you guys actually have your notes for attitude. Right?
Yes.
Attitude is not something that you just talk about.
No.
Attitude have to be smart. It has to be smart, right? And we have to drill that into the people in the head.
Yes.
Because soft skills is what, when you look at Usain Bolt, his soft skills, I mean, yes, him back it up. But is Usain still at this stage? He might retire 3 years now? Still track and field.
I had not only track and field, just athlete generally.
Yeah, he's still doing all these commercials.
Because
and everything.
So charismatic.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah.
I think he's retired and he still has all of these mega partnerships and brand ambassadorships. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we have to keep drilling. And Jamaica, we have a natural thing, we have a natural thing, but we have to get it a little bit more.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because on one side of the natural is we're like, no problem, man, we're there with you. And the next side is like we draw ourselves come in. But don't like these people, you know, but don't like them. And I saw we're galang. And
And that
that's
can't
how we
work.
stay. And who
That
cares how
can't
we
work.
stay? It's not about you.
Right. We have to kill that. We have
Yeah.
to kill it. And you have to be way more calculated and meticulous in how you approach entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It is critical if it's entrepreneurship.
See, Chris? See why we need to have him back? The man makes amazing points and gives gems naturally with every other sentence. He needs no encouragement.
don't need to hear that. Hear that.
The boy him look like a general, like him used to get chief. Yeah, I'm good you that. I'm good you that. Yeah, blue.
Chris, thank you. Thank you so much.
This was awesome. And as you can see, based on all of the comments, there are only yeses and definitely's and yes. So we will definitely be having you back. For sure.
You just ended about giving back. You're sharing your wealth of knowledge.
Yes, this is what we have given back
So you're
to.
not in a position.
Giving back to.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is,
Oh no!
don't forget the green suit. Don't forget the green suit.
My place doesn't tell you which school him go. You're not gonna like him again.
Oh shit! Lose off him. Block him. Block him. Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, thank you so much. For those that tuned in late, you can watch this replay as soon as it's over, and it will be up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So we'll send you the link after again, Chris, and you can share that with anybody else that didn't get to see it, any family members or anybody. I hope Miss Willie really got to watch this as well.
Miss Willie just sending in something there.
Yes!
Aww. Love it. God bless Miss Willie. And Miss Willie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Grams.
Grams.
Yeah, man.
Grams.
And somebody did comment about that, you know, in the comments, the fact that they love that you shared how all of these women played such an integral role in your life, your development since day. So that was really.
Yeah, it's true. It's dominated by women.
Yeah. Very important. But thank you so much, Chris. This was really awesome. I mean, we went right up to the 2 hours. This should be a 1 hour show. But we couldn't even stop. I mean, we had a whole script and you were just flowing as if you read our script.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
We didn't have to ask questions because you were already sharing that information that we knew would be so invaluable to our audience. So thanks again.
And when you're watching the replay, everybody, watch it on your big TV. This is a big TV moment. Nobody's asking me. Big TV, we say.
This was a masterclass presented by the one and only Latte Chris Willie.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow,
girls.
So Chris really didn't disappoint at all.
And we knew he was.
And we knew. I feel short. Let me make myself a little taller. Yeah. No, that was a master class. That was we were just sitting in class.
Yep.
We own ourselves.
And see, he covered everything that we wanted to talk about.
Everything that we had on our script that we didn't even ask because he was just through sharing his journey, he just covered everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm actually very excited.
Every week is a big TV moment.
Yeah.
All the way from foreign, because Kimberly, they're foreign. Kimberly said, home run, ladies. Hey! Hey!
My friend Naja Peterkin watched as well, and she just sent me a WhatsApp saying he was good as expected.
as expected.
Yep.
But you
Very
know, guys,
soon.
our emergers, we just want to recognize them again because this show, this time that we spend is for you, and it is made very special just because you guys are here. Oh, you don't remember? Oh, they're seeing us on the big screen.
Yes, I glazed a message to say he and Daniel are also watching on big screen.
Ooh, nice, guys. Thank
Oh,
you.
big
Thank
up
you.
yourself, mergers. This was fantastic, and this is why we do what we do. Because we come to class too. This is what
Yeah,
we
I
do.
have my guys. I have like Catherine. I have pages of notes from this one. So yeah.
My book
So
too.
thank you everybody for joining us for another week of Detour Essentials, Emerge Detour Essentials. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share. You can watch all our previous shows that we've had. This is our 20th episode, ladies. Alex.
Wow, I can't believe we're at 20. That's amazing.
Yep. So
Guys, we're here every Wednesday.
that you can go back and watch.
We're here every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. And you can follow us on our YouTube channel, our Facebook, and our Instagram. And we see you again next week.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.